I can't change who I am. It's just my identity. I'm always going to be a perfectionist. Have you said that to yourself or even heard it from other people that this is just who you are? That perfectionism is a set part of your identity. I've even received comments about this the last few days when I've been talking a lot more about perfectionism as something that gets you stuck in procrastination, in overwhelm, in overworking to the point of burnout. Now, perfectionism is often talked about as something that is kind of hailed as a top quality to have. The kind of thing that you say in job interviews as one of your flaws being, well, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Well, actually, that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about people who are saying, I'm a bit of a perfectionist as a good trait. We're talking about perfectionism where it gets you stuck. Perfectionism that is unhelpful or even, using a horrible term, dysfunctional. But it is possible to change this. It is possible to stop yourself from getting to that place of burnout. Stopping the sort of boom and bust cycle that you can often get caught up in when you are perfectionistic about the work that you do. So I wanted to touch upon this idea that perfectionism is something that can't be changed because it's set. I've been from some of the top researchers on perfectionism in the world, like Alexander Rozenthal and Shafran. And what we would talk about there is that perfectionism is a set of behaviors. And as a behavioral psychologist, I know that behaviors can be changed. Behaviors can be adapted. They can be slowly, gradually tweaked. You can stop over checking your work. You can decide to leave the office earlier and go home to be with your family. You can soothe that inner critical voice that is stopping you from putting yourself forward for the next promotion. All of these things that you do too much of or not enough of, as in the excessive stuff and the avoidance stuff, all of that can be changed. And if you are not used to holding hope for yourself, let me hold it for you. This is my, as a clinical psychologist and as a specialist in perfectionism, I do this all the time. To the point where I'm holding a free masterclass today, and you've got your last chance to book on. If you go to thethomasconnection.lpages.co/burn bright, or look at the link in the description below this video and sign up for my free masterclass, How to Burn Bright Without Burning Out. Because it's okay to strive for excellence. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have success in your life or wanting to reach your ambitious goals. But if you're constantly holding yourself back with perfectionistic behaviors, you're not going to do it. I'm going to do what I'm doing at the moment, sort of not quite figuring out how to use StreamYard, but I'm showing up anyway. I'm doing these videos, not really quite understanding how to do on LinkedIn, but I know that I have a message that so many hardworking mothers who are here on LinkedIn need to hear. So I'm showing up. I'm kind of facing this show up shame as or show off shame, whichever you want to call it, as I've learned from Florence Andrews, a mindset coach. It's actually that when we face that inner critical voice that says you can't do this because it's not good enough, you can't do this because it's not perfect, and we kind of go, oh well, that makes sense. I know that you're trying to protect me from failure. I know you're trying to protect me from showing up on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook or all of these places, Instagram, and talking about things that you know really well. What if you make a mistake in a live video? What if people will judge you? What if people won't like and resonate with what you're talking about? Well, no wonder that you will hold yourself back from showing up. Well, I'm going to show up this evening and also at 1 o'clock today. So if you want to come along to the masterclass, join me on the link below at 1 o'clock or 8 o'clock, but can't come to still choose one of the slots and you'll get a replay sent out to you of a recording of the masterclass. So please drop a comment if you're hoping to come along. And if you don't want to come along, please let me know. I've done enough work on my own inner critic so that I can tolerate receiving comments that aren't approving. I don't need people's approval to be able to know that I can shine bright. I don't need people's approval to be able to do the things I think are important to share and I'm passionate about. So if you want to hear more about this and you want to see me step into my show off shame this evening or this early afternoon, click the link below and join me for my How to Burn Bright Without Burning Out masterclass.